Limitations of strategic management. Strategic management is not a wonder cure for all business problems. The limitations of strategic management are as under. 1. Time. Strategic management is a time-consuming process. Time spent in formulating, communicating, and implementing the strategies may affect daily operations and negatively impact the routine business. 2. Cost. Strategic management requires a. Appointment of expert strategic planners, b. Analysis of external and internal environments, c. Formulation of strategies, d. Training of personnel, etc. All these involve substantial costs. 3. Uncertainty. Business environment is highly complex and uncertain. The entity's estimate about its future may be absolutely wrong and may affect the entity when it deals with suppliers, customers, government, etc. in spite of having the best strategic management framework in place. 4. Competition. In a competitive scenario, where all entities move strategically, the competitive responses to a firm's strategies will get nullified by other entities' actions. Hence, strategic management does not serve its purpose. 5. Resistance. Implementation of strategic management requires a mental revolution, i.e. change in mindset, at all levels of management and operative personnel. Resistance to change and lack of proper implementation controls may render the process ineffective. Strategy at different levels. 10.3.1 Various strategic levels in an organization. Based on the significance of decisions taken by them, the strategic levels of management in an organization generally consists of 1. Corporate level, CEO, senior executives, board of directors, and corporate staff. 2. Business level, divisional managers in charge of separate areas of activity and their staff. 3. Functional level, operational managers handling individual functions e.g. finance, production, marketing, R&D, materials management, personnel, etc. Note: strategic levels of management. Corporate office, head office. Division P plus Division Q. Business. Division R. Business functions. Functions. 1. Corporate strategies are formulated by the top managers. They include the determination of the business lines, expansion and growth, vertical and horizontal integration, diversification, takeovers and mergers, new investment and divestment areas, R&D projects, etc. 2. Corporate-wide strategies need to be operationalized by divisional and functional strategies regarding product lines, production volumes, quality ranges, prices, product promotion, market penetration, purchasing sources, personnel development, etc. 10.3.2 Corporate Level Managers. 1. Corporate level of management consists of the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, other senior executives, the Board of Directors, and corporate staff. 2. These individuals occupy the apex of decision-making within the firm, with the CEO as the principal general manager. 3. The role of corporate-level managers is to oversee the development of strategies for the whole organization in consultation with other senior executives. 4. This role includes defining the mission and goals of the organization, determining what businesses it should be in, allocating resources among the different businesses, formulating and implementing strategies that span individual Businesses and providing leadership for the organization. 5. Role of a CEO. In particular, the main strategic responsibilities of CEO are: A. Setting overall strategic objectives. B. Allocating resources among the different business areas. C. Deciding whether the firm should divest itself of any of its businesses, and D. Determining whether the firm should acquire any new businesses. E. Ensuring shareholder welfare. Corporate level managers. 1. Corporate level of management consists of the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, other senior executives, the Board of Directors, and corporate staff. 2. These individuals occupy the apex of decision making within the firm, with the CEO as the principal general manager. 3. The role of corporate level managers is to oversee the development of strategies for the whole organization in consultation with other senior executives. 4. This role includes defining the mission and goals of the organization, determining what businesses it should be in, allocating resources among the different businesses, formulating and implementing strategies that span individual businesses, and providing leadership for the organization. 5. Role of the CEO. In particular, the main strategic responsibilities of CEO are: A. Setting overall strategic objectives. B. Allocating resources among the different business areas. C. Deciding whether the firm should divest itself of any of its businesses, and D. Determining whether the firm should acquire any new businesses. E. Ensuring shareholder welfare. Corporate level managers. 1. Corporate level of management consists of the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, other senior executives, the Board of Directors, and corporate staff. 2. These individuals occupy the apex of decision making within the firm, with the CEO as the principal general manager. 3. The role of corporate level managers is to oversee the development of strategies for the whole organization in consultation with other senior executives. 4. This role includes defining the mission and goals of the organization, determining what businesses it should be in, allocating resources among the different businesses, formulating and implementing strategies that span individual businesses, and providing leadership for the organization. 5. Role of a CEO. 10.3.7 Strategic Management in Educational Institutions. Basics of Strategic Management. 1. Academic institutions have joined hands with industries in order to deliver education to make graduates more employable. 2. The educational delivery system has undergone considerable changes with the introduction of computers, internet technologies, and more modernized teaching methods. 3. Online college degrees are becoming common and represent a competitive threat to traditional colleges and universities. 4. Educational institutions need effective strategic management in order to: A. Gain good name and recognition. B. Attract bright students. C. Retain quality faculty. D. Maintain infrastructure. E. Create employable graduates, etc. 5. On account of the above significant changes in the competitive environment of educational institutions, they have to adopt different strategies for attracting the best students. 10.3.8 Strategic Management in Medical Organizations. 1. A successful hospital strategy for the future requires renewed and deepened collaboration with physicians, who are central to the hospital's well-being, and a reallocation of resources from acute to chronic care in home and community settings. 2. Backward integration strategies pursued by hospitals include acquiring ambulance services, waste disposal services, and diagnostic services. 3. Many people research medical ailments online, leading to a dramatic shift in the balance of power between doctor, patient, and hospitals. 4. A secure medical service whereby doctors and patients can conduct sensitive business on the internet, such as sharing results of medical tests and prescribing medicine, is also available. 5. The successful hospital strategies are in providing A. Freestanding outpatient surgery centers. B. Outpatient surgery and diagnostic centers. C. Physical rehabilitation centers. D. Home health services. E. Cardiac rehabilitation centers. F. Preferred provider services. G. Industrial medicine services. H. Women's medicine services. 1. Skilled nursing units, and J. Psychiatric services. 10.3.9 Strategic Management in Government Agencies and Departments. 1. Central, state, and municipal agencies, public sector units, and departments are responsible for formulating, implementing, and evaluating strategies that use taxpayers' money in the most cost-effective way to provide services and programs. 2. However, strategists in governmental organizations operate with less strategic autonomy than managers in private firms and enjoy little freedom in altering the organization's missions or redirecting objectives. 3. Legislators and politicians often have direct or indirect control over major decisions and resources. 4. Government organizations, agencies, and departments are now motivating their employees to participate in the strategic management process and thereby have an effect on the organization's mission, objectives, strategies, and policies. 5. Government agencies are also using a strategic management approach to develop and substantiate formal requests for additional funding. Questions for revision. Question. Para. 1. Define business. What are its objectives? RTP N12. According to Peter Drucker, businesses exist for making profit. Comment. RTP, how would you analyze the meaning and importance of efficiency and profitability as objectives of a good business? 10.1.1. How would you argue that modern enterprises pursue multiple objectives and not a single objective? M14. Can a business succeed in the long run by focusing only on profit as its primary objective? What are other objectives of a business? N15. 2. What are the activities of business? What factors determine the relationship between a business firm and its environment? 10.1.2. 3. 4. Explain the interactions, exchanges between the organization and its environment. 10.1.2. Successful businesses have to recognize different elements of environment. Comment. RTP, a business enterprise, is a subsystem of the larger environmental system. Discuss the relationship between the organization and its business environment. M13. RTP writes short notes on significance of environmental influences on business. RTP 10.1.2. 10. Haduka's Student's Guide for Enterprise Information Systems and Strategic Management for CA Inter. Question. Question. Para. 5. What are the characteristics of business environment with respect to decision making? N07, M09, N11 environment changes occur continuously. Comment. RTP. 10.1.3. 6. What are the broad categories or components of environment? Distinguish between microenvironment and macroenvironment. N11, N15. 10.1.4. 7. What are the key aspects in understanding the business environment? 10.1.5. 8. Discuss the problems associated with the efforts in understanding the environment. RTP. The environment has many different influences on a firm, but it is very difficult for the managers to make sense of these influences. Why? N15. 10.1.6. 9. Explain business policy as a discipline. RTP. 10.2.1. 10. Is business policy an academic discipline in business schools, management institutes? Explain. RTP. Write a short note on business policy. 10.2.2. 11. Explain the